What's up, guys? It's your favorite Kiwi coach, and give me 6 months of your time. I'll give you the best golf swing of your life. So welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to Kiwi Golf Japan, we do a bunch of videos where we analyze PGA Tour professional golf swings. We analyze our client before and after videos. We do videos like this where we're reacting to a Mike Malaska release video. So if you're interested in the golf swing, if you're interested in golf instruction, this is the perfect channel for you, and let's go ahead and jump in. So in this particular video, we will be reacting to a Mike Malaska video where he's talking about release from the top. So if you're interested in the golf release, how to release the golf club, how the right hand movement moves, how the left hand movement moves, this is the perfect video for you. Let's go take a look at what Mike Malaska has to say. But before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, and that is Kiwi Golf Japan. If you guys did not know, YouTube does not pay the bills. So if you don't want the Kiwi coach to be out on the streets broke and have no money, well, please sign up for the Kiwi Platinum membership. It really helps support this YouTube channel, and we can continue to make videos for you. With that out of the way, let's go take a look at Mike Malaska.
This question comes to us from Oculus. I think that's A-K-A-L-L-A-S in Australia.
All right, so first off, let's admire the background, right? Palm Springs, somewhere in the desert, beautiful landscape. Miss being out in California, to where I could travel to the desert really quickly and play some desert golf. But besides that, the main point of the video here is it's a Q&A video. I'm assuming he either had a video on his membership site or on his YouTube channel. He's answering a question from one of his subscribers or members, and that's really the format of this video. So let's go ahead and get into the question that the subscriber or member had, and then we'll move forward from here.
And he says the whole release in the club from the top with this trail hand, this right hand, feeling how to do that is really helpful. When you put the left hand on, then it gets a little harder or it's very subtle. Yeah, it is a very subtle move. I mean,
all right, so that was the question. So to review that question, I'm assuming in the video, Mike Malaska talked about a feeling that you should have with the right hand, maybe even had a drill that was right hand only, and then the member or the subscriber was able to do the drill. It helped out a lot, but when they added in the left hand, because they didn't really know what the left hand should be doing, they're a little bit confused on what to do when both hands are on the club. Hence, they really can't do the motion to the best of their capability. So they asked that question, and now the legend, Mike Malaska, is going to go answer it. So let's go ahead and listen to his answer.
I exaggerate it when I show it, but all you've got to do is just barely get the momentum of the club going the right direction. And the key is, when I'm back here, see, again, everybody says, well, you got the face shut. If you keep it that way and just go to the top, the face is going to be shut and cross the line. Yes.
All right, so I'm going to pause it here. So in this section of the video, he just starts to talk about the backswing. And I've watched this whole video actually before making this video for you guys, just to be prepared. And really everything that he's about to say really has nothing to do with the question and answering the question. So what I'm going to go ahead to do right now is skip until we start to get to the point where he does start to answer the question, and then we'll start to react again.
So it's like my hand's facing at you. Now, there was when I did that, when I went from up here to there, my wrist didn't unhinge. So this move has nothing to do with unhinging your wrist. Now that move ties into your left arm starting down, rotating this way. So my left arm is rotating, not pulling forward.
So now this is a point that I agree with. However, in terms of how he's saying it in the section of the swing that he's saying it for, I don't necessarily agree with when it comes to everyone. And let me explain what I mean. So what he's talking about there is with the left hand specifically, he doesn't want to see the grip in pull ahead, which just simply means move out towards the golf ball and move ahead of the body. Because if you actually do that for real, the hands arrive to the golf ball well before the club head gets to parallel, and you get into what we call handle drag, which just means hands are at the ball, club head's way behind. Trying to square up the face from there is going to be incredibly difficult. Your body's going to start to contort. Everything's going to look really crazy, and you don't want to do it. So what he wants you to do instead, and again, this is a feeling, he wants you to get the grip in to almost move this way, or he said supination in the lead wrist, and then that would be counterclockwise rotation in the forearm. He wants you to feel that with the left wrist and combine that with what he talked about with the right wrist earlier in this video as well as the other video. Now, the reason why I don't necessarily agree with this is I think for some pros who really get underneath the plane, who've been working on flattening the club shaft or shallow the club shaft for too long and they're really overdoing it, this is by far an amazing feeling for them to feel. But for you guys out there who are steepening the club shaft like crazy, this is obviously something you don't want to feel. And this is something that he doesn't really distinguish in this video, and he's really just making this video for a specific type of person. So this is why I think these types of videos on YouTube can be quite confusing if you don't really understand the nuances between what he's trying to say, who it's specifically for. So now that we got that out of the way, just understand this is really a feeling for people who are too far underneath the plane. Let's go ahead and move forward and start to break down more of what he's saying.
Now, once you feel, when you get to the top and you change directions, that's just a little, it's just a little bump move. It's not a major move. Now, you'll see a lot of tour players standing there really exaggerating that move, really tipping the club this way and going here. But they exaggerate it because when you put it to speed, the momentum of the club and everything that's going on isn't going to happen the same way.
So he brought up a few concepts there. One of them is going to be kind of this feel versus real concept. And then also he's also talking about it under the guise of the steepening move, which is something that we've talked about before as well. So what he's talking about is, these tour pros, they're working on this exaggerated steepening feeling almost immediately in transition because they are too far underneath the plane. And what he's saying is for that particular type of player, when they start to add speed, even though they're feeling like they're steepening the club shaft like crazy in transition, it doesn't actually happen, right? It's because that's the feel versus real. We all know that. We feel something crazy, we look at our swing, and it's hardly changed, right? So that's the concept he's talking about there. But again, to get back to my major point for you guys at home who are already steepening the club shaft, everything he's saying here in terms of feeling that you should do, you should probably not do if you are steepening the club shaft. You might want to feel something completely opposite. Let's move forward because there's some really interesting points in this video.
So you're exaggerating because you don't have speed. All of a sudden, when you have speed and momentum and centripetal force and all that.
All right, that's it for you guys on YouTube. But before you guys click off, let me give you some quick wrap-up points. So I think the main thing is when it comes to Mike Velasca, I actually like a lot of what he discusses. I actually teach steepening of the golf club as well, and I really like a lot of his concepts. The issue with Velasca, in my personal opinion, is how he explains things to the audience. Typically, he'll start out the video explaining, hey, this is a feeling, but then goes for 7 minutes talking about a subject like it's actually what you should be doing. Like he says it pretty consistently, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, but doesn't re-explain that it is a feeling. So for coaches like this, I think they have great information, but you just have to understand that whatever they said in the beginning is typically what you need to make sure that you look at in terms of lens when you're watching the video. So don't get confused out there because it's very easy to, but overall for you guys out there who are too far underneath the plane, maybe shallowing or flattening the club shaft too much, I think the overall image, the feeling that he was explaining is a great feeling that you guys should probably feel in transition. Now, if you're steeping in the club shaft, definitely would not recommend this feeling. You probably need something completely different. But yeah, that is the video. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want to support this channel and watch the full video of this, make sure to check out the Kiwi Platinum membership. Sign up for the Kiwi Coach 6-month program. It really does help us out. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.